Peng Shuai is missing. This story made my local news right here. It's like, honestly, I haven't watched Peng Shuai play since like 2017, 2018. I haven't seen her on tour since I thought she retired. Because I haven't been seeing her on tour or whatever. But the Chinese government been and kidnapped this girl and got her held up somewhere. Let's get into the story.
Now to a disturbing story out of China. There are new concerns for the safety of missing tennis superstar Peng Shuai after she accused a former government official of sexual assault.
Top tennis officials.
See, that's what happens. That's what happens in China. When you're dealing with a communist state, a communist-run country. This is what happens when you come out and throwing accusations at them. This is exactly what happens. You come up missing, or allegedly come up missing, to keep you quiet, to keep you silent, and speaking out about their corruption. That's all the Communist Party is nothing but corruption. And we seen this firsthand back in 2020 with COVID-19.
We're now casting doubt on the authenticity of an email claiming to be from Peng. Remy Inocencio reports from Hong Kong.
And that email that she sent out, that could be from anybody. As somebody who watched like crime stories and stuff like that, that could have been sent out by anybody. Probably corrupt China themselves. The corrupt government sent that stuff out, claiming that she's fine. This old girl probably be locked up in some basement somewhere, in one of those government officials' prison somewhere.
China's tennis star Peng Shuai has not been heard from since November 2nd, after the former #1 ranked doubles champ accused former Vice Premier Zhang Gaoli, one of China's top 25 leaders and ally of President Xi Jinping, of sexual coercion. Peng's lurid, detailed allegations, including how they had sex in a guarded room with his wife's approval, deleted from China's web. Now,
sick. That's disturbing. This is the type of stuff that happens up there. And she was being brave and speaking out about this stuff. And then look what happened. And me, I have to question Peng Shuai, like, how did she even get herself in a situation like this? Corrupt, sick minds. And it's the type of stuff that happens. This is the type of stuff that happens when the Communist Party build themselves up like they godlike, like they figures, like they can do stuff like this and they can get away with it. Because when they do get away with it, and then the victims come and speak out, and then this is the type of stuff that happens to them. This has been going on for years. Now it's being affected, like, now they being brazen enough to do this stuff to famous people now. And now these people that are coming up and they're speaking about it. Like, she has to be like a weak-minded individual. Like, she's a tennis player. Tennis players, they're supposed to be smart. They're supposed to be the basic fundamentals of tennis. It's problem solving. How did you get yourself into this situation? Self-reliance. You wasn't relying on yourself to know that the fact that you getting yourself into trouble doing stuff like this, and this dude is married, he's at his wife's approval. Man, that's some sick stuff. Independent thinking, that's another foundation of tennis, fundamental foundation of tennis. Like, you wasn't independently thinking of your safety and you engaging in this type of stuff. You getting yourself involved in this type of stuff. And mental toughness. Being mentally tough to bring yourself to the point to come out to expose the type of corruption that's going on in the Communist Party. And being mentally tough to handle the consequences that comes with exposing the Communist Party. Like, she's from China. She grew up with this communist China. She knows how they operate. And if something happens to you, like sexual assault against a corrupt official, and you decide to speak out about it, this is what's going to happen to you. They're going to try to silence you. This ain't America, United States, so we have this whole Me Too movement going on up there. Communist China, they're corrupt as hell, and they don't play that up there. Free speech is not encouraged up there. You can get killed for speaking out for people like this and come up missing. This is the consequences of that. But at least she tried to come out and speak out about it. But the only consequence of that, she endangered her well-being.
An email has appeared, purportedly from Peng, saying the allegation of sexual assault is not true. I'm not missing, nor am I unsafe. I've just been resting at home, and everything is fine. That note sent to Steve.
It says she's been resting, she's safe, and she's been resting at home.
He raised his own doubt, saying, I have a hard time believing that Peng Shuai actually wrote the email we received. I have repeatedly tried to reach her, to no avail.
See that? Even the CEO, the leader of the WTA, don't even believe that fraudulent message. Yeah, because it could have been sent by anybody. Anybody could have had sent that. It was probably one of those corrupt officials who she spoke out about. They're probably ones that sent that.
This is par for the course for China's Communist Party.
Many times China will detain someone in a very sensitive case, and then they will give out messages, whether it's a forced confession or a letter, through state media outlets. So this fits this disturbing pattern.
See, that's exactly what criminals do. When they kidnap somebody, they'll go through their emails, they'll go through their phone, and they'll send out like messages pretending to be them. When they come up missing, just to ward off suspicion.
Disturbing pattern.
And it's the purpose of state media to praise the Communist Party, quash negative news, and help maintain stability. This year, the party celebrates its 100th anniversary. 1 year from now, President Xi Jinping is expected to claim an unprecedented third term. As for Peng Shuai, the spotlight is on from her peers. American tennis champs Billie Jean King and Jamie Hampton tweeting, hoping Peng Shuai is found safe, and suspend your dealing with China until Peng is
You expect America to do that? I'm speaking from America. You know, China, they want to become a world power. That's what they want. And this is exactly what's going to happen. When y'all try to put China, make them into a communist country, into a global power, this type of corruption and stuff is going to happen. Yo, I talk about Nike and how they treat their Chinese workers over there overseas, but let's talk about how China treat their own people. They treat them just like this. And if they want to speak out about it, this is the type of stuff that happens. They come up missing. You would have thought they have like the cartels up there running the Communist Party. So this is what happens. Like Joe Biden, like all the Democrats here, Joe Biden, all of them. They ain't nothing but globalists that wants to sell America off to the highest bidder, which is China. They want to be a world power. And this is the type of stuff that's going to happen to their people when you put them in power. So don't expect America to stop dealing with, as long as we got Democrat Joe Biden in office, the same Joe Biden that's more concerned with making it possible for transgendered men, boys to play in girls' sports. Do you honestly think that he's going to stop dealing with this corrupt communist China?
Dealing with China until Peng is confirmed well, with Japanese tennis star Naomi Osaka simply writing, where is Peng Shuai? And this case is giving even more ammunition to China's critics who say that Beijing is not fit to host the Winter Olympics set in about 2.5 months' time. Washington, though, is leaning to a political boycott of the Games, with President Biden potentially not going, while still letting U.S. Olympians compete. Ramy Inocencio, CBS News, Hong Kong.
And they talking about President Biden not going to show up. That dude don't even know where he's at half of the time. And now y'all seeing it for yourselves now. This is what goes on in corrupt communist China. I know most people, they don't follow politics, they don't watch politics. But most people do watch and follow sports. And they'll start listening up once these athletes, their favorite athletes, start getting caught up in communist China's corruption, and then they come up missing. It's the only time we can get the whole world's attention. So I hope she turns up and she found safe. Because that's someone's daughter. That's someone's child communist China did this to. And they don't care. They don't even care. Like, I didn't even hear anything about China saying that they're going to investigate this situation. Because the Chinese government is a part of this. Do you think that they honestly going to investigate themselves? Corrupt Communist Party China? And it's the type of country that all the globalists, all the Democrats, the Joe Bidens, all of them, and this is the type of country that they want to make into a world power. And this has been my thoughts on this disturbing, disgusting Peng Shuai situation.